Elizabeth, I suppose for yourself, can you share a pivotal moment in your financial journey that shaped your wealth building mindset?
Yeah, so I think one of the experiences I always refer back to was my first year in uni, years ago, back in Nigeria. We had this lady come into the campus to give us a motivational talk. And I guess I was motivated because I asked for her contact details, and during I think the next holiday season I reached out to her and asked to intern at a company. She provided personal finance training as well as social etiquette trainings to first year intakes at banking institutions. And for me, it was an eye-opening moment because one of the things she kept banging on was a challenge to everybody starting out their first year at those banking institutions was challenge yourself to be financially independent by the age of 40. And I remember that at this point I was like 16, 17, and I was like, 40 sounded like it's very far, right? You know, but it kind of like was a light bulb moment that went off there. And then fast forward, late 2017, I'm here in the UK with my husband. We went for a property investment training, and again the concept of financial independence came out. Now this concept isn't about retiring at the age of 40 and going to play golf or do whatever for the rest of your days, no. But the concept was having the freedom of choice to determine how you spend your days. If I decide I want to take a break off work now, you know, have a career break for 3 months or whatever, or I want to start a business and leave my job and go and start a business, I can do that. Or I want to do a hustle on the side alongside my day job, I can do that. I know how to balance that. And for me, that led us, we took action. So there's action taken in everything that we're doing. We took action. We started Shepha Properties, we started Pearl Springs Limited. We built a portfolio of properties, and what we're now doing is normalizing conversations in our communities around money, because people don't like to talk about money. It's a very uncomfortable subject. But actually, I'm a very nosy person. I kind of like go, what are you doing to, if I see you driving a nice ride and you're looking all fly, what are you doing to make money? I'm genuinely interested, not because I'm just trying to like, you know, be all up in your business, but it is okay to ask questions. If you see people that have gone further ahead than you think you have, it's okay to ask them what are they doing about it. Because they might tell you, oh, I know Taka is my personal finance person. You know, or they might tell you, I know Martin, or I know Juliet, or I know somebody, and then they link you up with their network. They give you information that you might not stumble on. I know obviously there's the day of internet and all of that, but you just might not know. And the only thing I'll just say, I'll leave you, because personal finance training is something that is so important. I know organizations now offer it in schools, in universities. I also think in the workplace, people should offer personal finance training so that even as we are earning, people are actually learning how to make better financial decisions, because how you spend every pound that comes into your account is so important. It's the difference between where you are now and where you could be in years to come. Because a lot of us, we're now like in our 40s, hey. But that also comes with the thought that how many more working years have I got, literally, or how many working years do I want to have? Do I want to be like this for the next 15, 20 years? Or I mean, they keep moving the retirement age every second, right? So you also want to ask yourself, at what point is enough? Like, I can now, like, you know, I have all these other plans of things I want to do. I can be doing them alongside, but then I can actually get to a point where I say, it doesn't matter what the government says, I'm retiring at the age of 55, that's my stop. You can actually make that choice. Why? Because you've laid the foundation to get to that point. I'll leave you with books. Obviously, we can't talk about financial literacy without talking about books, right? So, The Richest Man in Babylon is the first book ever that you should go and read on personal finance. It's by a guy called George Clayson. It's a marvelous book. It's written in story format. You would enjoy it. The next one is Rich Dad Poor Dad. Everybody should know that. Robert Kiyosaki. And then the last one I would say is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Please read those 3 books. If you read them, I mean, a lot of the questions you have about personal finance would be sorted.
No, thanks so much for that. Are we at the end of our session? We have 2 minutes just for